Hey guys, Marshall here again with another episode of Plausibly Anything. We're going to bang out another 100 plus push-ups, hopefully. And I wanted to talk today a little bit about something that sort of I've been focused on more and more. And that is being resourceful instead of seeing everything as useless. And so I started listing these core practices of mine that I want to continue practicing and all the benefits of them. And then I also evaluated the tools that I was going to need to continue practicing these things. Some of them be online tools, apps, and even like my hand bike to exercise, my laptop, all these different tools myself from right here to be able to take videos like I am right now. And so, but there's like a paradigm here of going from being and seeing things useless, or even if you are on that really far side of seeing things as useless, but going to even further towards being resourceful, you could go about watching these things and getting your random little takeaways and things like that, but not even like recording the notes and things like that, or not really actually trying to find the tools that are available. And then once you find the tools that are available, once you find the aspects of whatever it is that can be repeated or perfected, or perfect the fundamentals, understanding why things work, then you see them as useful. And then at the far right, you become resourceful with these things. And so one example that I think you look at television, you look at social media, and the possibility of these things to being useless. Even in advertising, sometimes it seems useless, but there's core fundamental things there that you can understand and apply. And so for me, being a content creator, all of these things, I can look at these things as being useful. I can look at even like an amazing television show. Like I watch Shogun, and it's an amazing show, and they do a really great job with costumes, and they won like 7 Emmys for all across the board. Marika Sun, the actor that played her, absolutely phenomenal. People that were very invested in their characters and things like that, but also you had great. I think they had solid soundtrack and everything. Some movies have better soundtracks than others, but then whenever you also look at different TV shows, you can see how they use music to create excitement, even whenever the scene may not even be that exciting. So they layer that on to make things more exciting. And even in content creation, you layer on this music to make things more exciting. And so then you become a little bit more useful with that. And I wouldn't even say I'm completely resourceful, and I think this is a sort of like a work in progress to even become really resourceful with these things. Very resourceful with being able to see what like stand-up comedians can do. I've watched comedians recently, and I've recorded notes. of what they're doing, how they're gearing their comedy towards their audience and things like that. And so I'm in the progress of being more resourceful to sort of find out what really works in advertising, what really works in stand-up comedy, what really works in content creation, and find a way to win over the algorithm and the audience, and become really resourceful in the process. And that's really, for the most part, what I wanted to discuss today. But I also have a duty. I have to bang out 100 more push-ups, and then I felt like it was a good opportunity to talk to you guys about what was going on in my mind today. Early today, I spent a little bit of time last night before I went to sleep even thinking about this. So there was an area of reflection last night, and then there's an area this morning where I wanted to get back to the notebook and keep recording, and understand, even whenever all these different aspects of my life that I'm working at. I'm working on singing. I'm working at improving, even freestyle improving my content while I'm even gaming. I'm improvising my verbal humor and stuff like that. And so I looked at how all of these things kind of overlap, and one of my greater goals is to be more intuitive, to be able to improvise and bring a lot of energy to the table, on top of, a lot of other fundamental improvements. And then even exercising like I'm doing today is one of the core things that I'm after. And I even wrote down exercising and what it does for me, and what all the aspects are that it's doing for me, what all the aspects of listening to podcasts are doing. They're improving my investment, understanding of health and things like that. And I sort of recorded this health and improvement. Exercising helps with health, and so a lot of these different areas will tackle the same things. And I'm looking at this sort of page full of my improvements and how they're overlapping and things like that. And it's something that I never really did in the entire time I've been trying to develop myself to the best. And I think it's definitely something that maybe anyone listening should be considering. Maybe you can consider finding a way to write down all these things that you're trying to improve, and figure out what overlapping segments can even do to help you reach your highest level of expression, intuition, and so, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that I'm working on right now, but it's always good to get them down on paper. And I look at social. There's a lot of people that think social media can't be helpful, but I've sort of even involved some of the things that I've listened to into my workout routine. Like right now, I'm trying to do push-ups to failure, and that's something that I've been exposed to. The idea that just doing your workout to failure could improve what your overall muscle is going to look like, and your overall workouts it's gonna maximize your workouts to be efficient. So okay, we're at 21 push-ups. I did an extra one there. So I even have a tool here. I've been using these perfect push-ups to help my wrist. I have a really bad wrist, and so this helps with my grip, and also helps me to get a little bit lower. So when you're exposed to different tools, I mean, are you going to call bullshit, or are you going to see if maybe they can affect your life and help you along the way? Okay, 30. So I I've been sort of figuring out that even though I can seem knowledgeable about the stuff I talk about, a lot of people call bullshit, and so on this channel I want to show people examples a little bit more of how these things can work. And so I even try, sometimes people call bullshit, and I even try to do more research, and even though I do more research, it doesn't matter because some people are just closed-minded. So that there's like there's this idea like, you didn't find the right research, this isn't going to do anything for me. And I have a sort of different way of looking at it. I look at it as like, I'm going to do my own research. Actually, I'm going to figure out if this works for me. And so we talked about that in previous episodes, where we're figuring out, we're looking at things as a scientist would, with peer reviews and creating a hypothesis and seeing if it can be a proven theory. All right, we're at 40. There's all this stuff that out there, all this information that you can use that can help you skip all the steps that people go on and they fail, or they didn't look at the fundamentals correctly. And I'm gonna have to talk about my experience with singing lessons after I get these done. We're at 50, right? $60, okay. Gotta talk about that. I had an awesome experience there, and it really showed that he was actually interested in teaching me the fundamentals more than the other guy was. So there's a right way to learn things and there's a wrong way, and if you don't find the right sources, you could end up doing your own research and just like wasting a whole lot of time too. So I mean, once again, you got to find a balance in that sort of concept of being efficient. Find out what can save you time. Woo! So yeah, I mean, we're at 70 now. I just sort of recently discovered that I wasn't pushing myself hard enough with these push-ups, so now I'm pushing myself harder. $80. We're at 90. Ah, 100. Okay, we're gonna keep going though. I think I might have actually been counting wrong too. I think I was skipping a little bit, but who knows. I'm not too worried about that. I'm going to go till failure anyways. It is a little bit good to get over 100, though. I think I'm going to go to failure here. Yeah, I'm done. I'll give you a close-up of my chest and the vascularity. And I guess if you haven't seen my last video, I am paraplegic, so these are kind of like 100 push-ups for me is really difficult. But back to what I was talking about too, the singing lessons. So I had this instructor, an experience that you can see back a few weeks ago through my Mentoring 365 playlist. You can see my experience with my first instructor. I didn't really get, my experience wasn't well, and I wasn't impressed with my first time being there. And then I sort of changed my mind after being there a few more times after that. I thought the guy was pretty good. And then eventually I got a lot of call-offs for him, like three weeks in a row. I got call-offs, he couldn't come and work, and his focus wasn't there to be an instructor, and more so it was he was still doing gigs and things like that. And so I found this new guy while he was blowing me off. And my first time there, awesome experience. I mean, complete 180 from the first time I experienced this guy that's even more local to me. He's more of a professional. He's a little bit older, and I can tell that he takes it really seriously, and he really loves it, actually. And so he has a lot of energy, and he's asking me questions. He's asking me if I understand. He's asking, and he had a whole layout to the first session, which was awesome. And so, yeah, it was a great experience there, going to a new guy. And I'm way more comfortable because he's also focusing on the fundamentals, things that the other guy wasn't even focusing on in the very first episode. And so I think he's even going to push me a little bit more too. He wants me to find the takeaways each session, and he asked me what I'm going to work on, and I'm going to work a lot on training myself to relax my tongue and sort of focus on making my vocal cords ring off of my soft palate, which is my upper mouth. And so yeah, I think I found the right resource there. He seems like the right guy right now for me. So I'm really excited about that, because it's not fun to waste your money and waste your time. And I hope I didn't waste your time today. I feel like there's a lot of good stuff that we talked about. And I really enjoyed banging out some push-ups in front of you guys. I think if you don't have a workout every week that you do, go outside on a mat and do some push-ups, and then sit in the sun, and you're going to experience meditation, even though you're not even trying to meditate. It's just a meditative zone. When you're sun tanning, I only tan for so long, but I am Italian, so I can withstand the sunlight a little bit more than other people. I never even burned this year, but I never exposed myself for more than 30 minutes to an hour, only a few times a week. So moderation is key. But get out and do push-ups in the sun, and then roll on your back and get that sunlight on you. It'll actually help you. There's a pineal gland in your brain structure, in your brain stem, and the sunlight will help your pineal gland. and that's your intuition. That's your ability to have like a free mind to be able to talk to people and listen and express, and it's really healthy stuff. So I definitely recommend adding this to your routine. I love biking, so if you can bike out there and really just take in the surroundings when you're biking, just have fun. Just have fun while you're exercising. If you're not having fun with your exercising, maybe you should change it up so that you want to do it. I get excited when I go out and exercise now. There's a time when I wasn't. There's a time when I was closed-minded. I felt that it was, useless almost, because I was handicapped. But I changed my mind. I find the resources and make things happen, and I have a fun time doing them. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe to the channel. This is plausibly anything. Like I said earlier, check out the Mentoring 365 playlist where we cover all kinds of stuff, guys. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.